Well. Welcome into the Deuce and Mo podcast. Recording this late on a Friday night. The Kings, on the first night of a back-to-back, handle business on the home floor. Got a little crazy at the end, but the Sacramento Kings are now 12 games above 500. They've won 5 in a row. De'Aaron Fox has 8 straight 30-point games, and the Kings are absolutely rolling. With Memphis's loss tonight against the Denver Nuggets, the Kings are just one game behind the Grizzlies for the number 2 seed in the NBA's Western Conference. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. Is this real life?
Is this real freaking life?
Wow.
It just feels so good.
It feels amazing.
Yeah, I'm so happy. You know what? I could do a can I be honest, but I'm just going to be honest.
Yes, please.
In some ways, I hated myself on the postgame show because I was so excited that I was almost speechless. Like it was a fan. I was like a fan after a game that was but supposed to be professionally talking about the game, but was just so excited about everything that was going on. 5 straight, De'Aaron Fox with 8 30-plus point games straight. I mean, all of it. I am just vibing on a different level. Do you feel me? And I asked that. I said, is everyone feeling the same way that I'm feeling at home? Because it's on a different level.
I mean, it got kind of scary at the end, which I think for me
didn't do shit to me. I was still very happy. Very happy.
Definitely be happy because tonight was very significant. We mentioned the Kings now being one game behind Memphis for the number 2 seed, but think about a week ago tonight. The Kings were in LA with a big matchup against the Clippers. If the Clippers would have won that game, they would have been a half game out of the 3rd spot in the West. Here we are. A week later, the Kings, after beating the Clippers twice, the Clippers have lost 5 straight. The Kings have won 5 straight. And all of a sudden, the Kings have a 6-game lead on the Clippers in the West. There's 20 games left. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast this has changed. And look, the Clippers made all these moves to try to put themselves in a position to really make a push here, and now they're back at 500. We should also know, a little shorthanded tonight, Kawhi Leonard did not play on the second night of a back-to-back. Zubac's out. Norman Powell's out for at least a week. So they were also shorthanded there. I mentioned Zubac's, right? Yes, I did. And so that was significant for this team. Marcus Morris also missed the game.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the guys that were out of this squad, and I know it's like some people go, you really want this Kings team to win. They're supposed to win this game. The Clippers are still a well-coached team. They still got Paul George. And, I mean, you can say it tonight. They have Russell Westbrook. They have pieces that still allow them to be a team that you can worry about. But I think we're getting on this level since the All-Star break about the Kings that, oh no, their identity is a good team in this league, and these are the games you're supposed to win when teams are lacking their All-Stars or their star players.
Yeah, and, I think I would have been disappointed tonight had they lost, but I would have been really disappointed had they lost in the way that it was tracking, especially after Paul George hit the 3 to put them ahead. And you're like, man, the Kings were up 13 here in the 4th. You're supposed to close this game out. But you got to give credit to the fact that the Kings, 26 of 26 from the free throw line. Sabonis with 2 massive free throws late. And then at the end of the game, De'Aaron Fox picking up Paul George, playing amazing defense on him. How many times did he make Paul George turn before he made that shot?
Oh, my God.
Launched that shot, and De'Aaron Fox contested the shot well. It was amazing defense by De'Aaron Fox at the end of the game. Shout out to Sabonis for coming up big at the free throw line. The Kings perfect from the line. That's big-time stuff.
Yeah, some big-time moments there at the end. And that's where I know the lead they lost the lead at the end, and but also I expect that from the Clippers, Deuce. And that's why like I was feeling and thinking very bad things, but it says a lot about this King squad to keep fighting through, fighting back, making big plays happen, making big free throws happen. It was that's where I give the credit.
Well, the Kings came into tonight 4-13 with a rest advantage, which was second worst in the league. They got a win in a rest advantage. Yes. So that's big time stuff.
Amazing.
They were also 1-3 after that first game after a long road trip this year. So they get off the road, come back home, and get this win tonight. What are some things that jumped out to you in this Kings 128-127 victory?
I mean, a lot of things. I think I'm going to start with one of the things that, I mean, maybe obvious to some, but not to others. Malik Monk's playmaking ability, just truly on another level. It didn't matter if it was in the pick and roll. It didn't matter if it was in the 2-man game with Domas Sabonis. He finding guys in the corner, Trey Lyles. Like, he was just finding guys, getting into the paint, creating. And I appreciate that so much from him because we rely so much on De'Aaron Fox getting to his spots and making those shots, which he still does a fantastic job of. We rely on Domas Sabonis being able to make things happen. But when you can just like have a guy like Malik Monk, who might not even have the biggest scoring night, but is capable of creating out of his mind and just really building this role for himself on this team, has been incredible.
He had 8 assists tonight. He was just 1 of 8. But, yeah, you find other ways to impact things. And that Sabonis-Monk connection, that chemistry is real. And it seems like it's something they're going to more and more, especially, of course, when Fox is off the floor, Monk's the guy handling. And it's lethal. He's able to find Sabonis sometimes with not a lot of room to get him the ball. Sabonis able to finish. It's a legit 2-man game.
Yeah, and I know that's like, it's funny that out of all the things that's where I started, but because there's so many great things to go with, I just want to make sure to give that love to something, the small things that I was noticing tonight while watching this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the smaller things in the, I mean, it
in
matters.
The scheme of things,
it matters. We don't have to go in order with everything, but he had 8 assists. That led the Kings off the bench. He did that in 23 minutes. Sabonis had 7 assists. Fox had 7 assists as well. Kings with 26 as a team. The offense is just lethal. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it's been pretty impressive. It's the consistency, the amount of points they are putting up every single night. It's like you have to respect it, man. It's like even tonight, Mike Brown was after the game sounded a little disappointed with how the Kings played.
Yeah.
And I think he expects this team to be better. I think he wants them to be more locked in, especially as you inch closer to the playoffs. But offensively, since the break, they put up 133 on the Blazers, 176 in that double overtime game against the Clippers, 124 on OKC, 123 on OKC, and 128 tonight.
Damn, dude. It's like you said, it's lethal. But it's also translating into win.
I felt like the Clippers were really physical with Sacramento, and the Kings were getting called for a lot of stuff. And, I mean, credit to the Kings for just kind of fighting through it. I know Fox was really upset at one point, and I felt like that's what got him going a little bit more in this game. He picks up a technical foul. He felt like he got fouled on the jumper where Westbrook kind of bumped into him. Should have been an and one. He got teed up, which was his 11th technical this season.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, he was like, I'm in attack mode. He had a nice drive down the middle on Westbrook, shook him, dropped it off behind him to Sabonis for the score. He had another bucket after that. Fox was tremendous. I mean, he's doing this every single night. Coming off missing the last game with the wrist, he comes back, gives the Kings 33 points on 12 of 22. He was 8 of 8 from the line. He had 7 rebounds, 7 assists. What do you like about De'Aaron's game tonight?
You know, in the post-game show, I said to Kenny, I'm like, we could be repetitive and say the same things about De'Aaron Fox almost every single night, right? With the way that he is just getting to his spots, his ability to get into the paint, get where he wants. And teams know that he is going to those spots and that he wants to get to those spots. And he's still capable of getting there.
A couple other things that jumped out to me tonight. I thought Keegan Murray played some nice defense at times at stretches of this game, specifically in that first half defending Paul George. Keegan just showing me so much growth out there. I don't think he finished the game well tonight. I thought he made some mistakes down the stretch, but he was able to knock down some threes. He ends up finishing with 14 points, 5 of 10 shooting, 4 of 9 from 3. He also had 5 rebounds in this game. He just did some nice things. There was one sequence where he got a couple of second chance opportunities, gets it to Sabonis, comes down, sets a screen on Plumlee, forces a switch that allows Sabonis to get the mismatch and lay it right up and in. And it's such a small thing,
Yes.
but in a close ball game, I think it gave the Kings a 93-92 lead at that point. It was just such a brilliant play. All right, get the ball to Sabonis, come right down and set that screen,
That's
forcing the switch. It was really nice.
I was trying to explain. He came up to the set post game, and I was trying to explain that play to him. I'm like, it's just the little things. You keep doing the little things, and I was like trying to explain it, and then I was like, I don't even know if I said it right, but he knew exactly what play I was talking about. And then he started talking about how he enjoys doing the little things and how important they are. And that's you've seen game by game his growth in doing those little things, even if he slows down his shooting. But in the beginning of the game, Deuce, you and I were texting about that shot going in. It looked confident. It looked smooth.
Just looking better and better.
Hell yeah, dude.
But I think Mike Brown will look at some of the stuff late again and be like, okay, these are things we got to clean up. Got to help your guy Fox when he's getting some double teams late in the game. I just felt like too offensively, and I don't know if that was Brown trying to tell him to slow it down. I understand using the clock, but dude, this is the NBA, and leads go away so fast. Hell, we witnessed it tonight. The Celtics were in action taking on the Nets, and they were up by 28 points, huge. Nets come back and win by double digits. This stuff can change fast. I think even in late game situations, you just have to play your game and try to get a good shot. Don't settle. I felt like the Kings were in milk the clock mode with 2.5 to play. And it's no, the Clippers are junking up with their defense
in
now.
2 minutes, in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time. If you don't continue to play your game, that's the issue that so many teams have at times. They're like, hey, let's milk. No. Keep playing your game, because this team is going to keep pushing you and keep playing at a different pace.
We should also note Russell Westbrook makes NBA history tonight. Morgan Reagan.
What'd he do?
I'm just going to show you. Again, these are just, people put this stuff out, and I think it's important we show this. Westbrook has set an NBA record for beams lit against with 5.
Has it really been 5? Because the Lakers and Clippers.
I saw it, Mark on Twitter tweeted that to
Mark,
our guy KC.
Oh my God.
Westbrook has set an NBA record for beams lit against 5.
Such
You
assholes.
guys are so messed up. You guys are
assholes.
so messed up.
But it's so fun being
It
petty.
made me laugh.
It's so fun.
Oh, wait.
What?
We actually have an update from people in the chat. Actually, Eric Gordon has it. He has 6.
Oh, Houston.
Wow, you guys are right. Houston 4 times, the Clippers twice.
Wow.
It's over. Eric Gordon has it.
Breaking news.
You know
found
what?
out right here
I think we need to keep track of this.
of how many times the beam is lit on different players.
Yes, Eric Gordon has seen the beam lit 6 times.
Hey, you're selling me. This is almost as good as beam cream.
Hey, I felt, speaking of Eric Gordon.
Yeah? Oh.
He must be so happy to be out of Houston.
I'm happy for him.
Although he's losing games like he's in Houston again, but
That's mean, but it's true.